Allow me to guide you through an exercise designed for those moments when nighttime brings a flurry of thoughts, a swarm of mental activity that might greet us as soon as we tuck into our beds or jolt us awake in the midnight stillness. When the mind is abuzz with thoughts, it becomes challenging to concentrate on anything else, let alone relinquishing our wakeful state to the calm embrace of sleep. This restlessness often needs to be addressed in a particular way. If the mind is in overdrive, we ought to give it a task, but we must ensure we don't fuel the restlessness further. The technique I'm about to share is a simple one, but it may require some patience. It can be particularly effective in calming the mind, soothing the body, and setting the stage for sleep to find you, whether it's the beginning of your slumber or a return to it after waking. For starters, please ensure you're comfortable, ready for sleep, ideally lying on your back, at least for the initial part of this practice. You are free to adjust your position as we progress. As you settle into the comfort of your bed, draw in a few deep, rejuvenating breaths through your nose and let them out gently through your mouth. With each exhalation, envision or feel your body releasing any tensions, the weight of your body sinking into the mattress, merging with the surface beneath you. If you haven't already, let your eyelids fall shut with the next out-breath. A busy mind often translates to a restless body. Let's try to ease that restlessness. For the next minute or so, kindly place your hand gently on your stomach. You don't need to control your breath or breathe in any special way. Just for this minute, let's stay present with the sensation of breathing. The mind might try to pull you back into conversation, to chase after various thoughts in its tireless quest to stay busy. But we're going to let the mind carry on with its hustle. Allow it to think. And while it busies itself with thoughts, we will gently rest our attention on the breath and the rhythmic ebb and flow created by it. Stay with this feeling for a few more moments. Once you've spent a moment with your breath, we're going to add a gentle count to it. Just once, count your breaths from 10 to 1. As you feel your breath rise, count 10 as it falls. Count 9, continuing this way until you reach 0. If your breaths come quickly and you reach 0 sooner than expected, feel free to start over. Again from 10, you'll count down to 0, following the rhythm of your breath. After a couple of runs through this sequence, you're free to continue with this pattern if you find it helpful. If not, we can gently shift our focus. With an overactive mind, we need to provide just enough engagement to feel occupied, but not so much that it continues to feel overwhelmed. Our aim is to relax both body and mind. To achieve this balance, let's embark on a counting journey in our mind. Our starting point is 10,000. The aim is to count backwards slowly and steadily. It's natural for the mind to wander, even forget the number we're on, but each time that happens, simply return to the last number you remember and resume the countdown. This counting should be gentle, slow, and steady. You don't need to worry about your breath or the thoughts that come and go. The counting doesn't need to be tied to anything specific. Find your own rhythm and start counting backward, calm and steady. If your mind is particularly busy, you may visualize each number as you count it. But if that feels overwhelming, simply focus on the counting itself, backtracking through the numbers, committed to the gentle descent towards 0. While engaging in this exercise, you might find that it becomes a bit too much for the mind, coaxing it into a surrender of sorts. But remember, there's no rush, no force. We are simply creating a conducive environment for sleep as we continue the countdown. Continue with this for the next few moments. Remember, this focus should feel gentle, not a struggle. Let your busy mind carry on being busy. If you find your thoughts wandering off and leaving the counting behind, don't worry. Simply return to it, picking up from where you left off, and continue the slow, steady count towards 0. Stick with it. With each number, it's as though the body grows a tad bit heavier. The mind finds it a bit easier to relinquish thoughts, and a greater sense of ease pervades both body and mind. As we carry on this gentle exercise, we're laying the groundwork for you to gently drift back into sleep. Keep going with this practice, and may your journey to rest be peaceful.